Test, test, test. Hey guys, I'm just trying to get my commenting tool to work. Maybe you can let me know if the audio is okay, if you can hear me. I know there's about a 10-second delay. Until what I say actually gets to you, so there's about 10 seconds before I can see any comments. Oh, Ronaldo says, hear you, great. Yeah, Secret Squirrel, I only just realized that this is actually the time of a Cubase live stream as well. So I'm sorry for that, next time I'll pay more attention to that. But I wasn't aware of the fact that there would be a Cubase live stream as well. But anyway, now that I'm live and that we're connected, I think let's just... And Peter's there as well. Hi Peter, greetings from Montreal, Canada. Great. So you managed to actually work out the timing. Peter replied to a Facebook comment in which I mentioned that I was going to stream 7:30. Well, Dutch time, Central European time. And he's there on time. Great. Yeah, I'm still a bit... Hang on. I'm actually just back from holiday. I flew in yesterday. I came back from a trip to the west coast of the United States. Great, amazing experience again. I've been there a couple of times, but... I haven't been there in, well, probably 20 years. It was 20 years ago since I was there last. And I went there with my girlfriend, her son, and his girlfriend. And we had an absolute amazing time, 3 weeks. But the result is I'm still a bit jet lagged and woozy. So let's see how it goes today. And Reynaldo is also in Southern California. Yeah, we had great weather. Absolutely. I remember, well, I lived there for a year, right, in Southern California when I studied at Musicians Institute many decades ago. And I remember the weather is absolutely fabulous over there. And it was during a holiday as well. So we really had a great time. I visited some places that I actually lived when I studied at MI over there. And I visited MI itself as well. It was great. So it seems that I see a lot of familiar names. So thanks for being there again, for the familiar names, and for the ones who are there for the first time. Welcome. I don't do a lot of live streams, but usually I do them on special occasions. And in this case, the special occasions is that I got a couple of packages today actually, because I scheduled them to arrive after I got back from holiday. And I've got, let me see. One is a pretty small package, which I'll probably unpack last. Because I have another big package, which is quite a big box, kind of heavy. So that's really something that I wanted to, well, unpack first and unbox, I guess the term is. And I want to do this on the channel because obviously these things are related to videos I'm going to make based on what I'm unboxing today. So it's my first unboxing, so it may be a bit clumsy, especially since I'm still jet lagged. But we'll see how it goes, and it's just a nice experiment again. It may also mean that it's not going to be a very long stream, but we'll see. Yeah, so let's guess this box. Let me first actually zoom in the camera a bit differently so you can see a bit more of my desk. So when the box is on there, you should actually be able to see the desk. This is my maximum zoom that I have. Yeah, it should give you a good view, I think. Well, at least some view of a box that I'm putting on the table over here. So let's do that. I need to move my keyboard somewhere so that it doesn't still reach and it doesn't fall over. So my first thing to unbox here. Let me get it. It's this big box. Let me at the same time see what you guys are saying. Greetings from Brazil. Enrique. Rodrigo. Greetings from California. Great. Midnight Wind. Greetings from Ohio. And greetings from Northern Sweden by Johan Ögren. Okay, let's see if I can get this box opened. Sharp Stanley knife over here. So let's. I always see how people do this on their streams, and I wonder if I can get this open in time, in any sort of time here. But let me see. The knife is sharp enough anyway. The knife is sharp enough anyway. I should probably be closer to the microphone when I'm speaking because it's an SM7B and the reach is not very far. I should get this out first. Cut through this plastic. Okay, this part is open. Now I don't know whether you can already see what's in there, but I'm reading Tegeler audio manufacturer here. So let's try to get this out of the box. Yeah, so there's a big wooden crate in here. If you ever... I'm awfully peaceful for a guitar player in a rock band. Yeah, well, that's me, you know, that's me. I am a guitar player, I am the lead guitar player. I don't know if we're a rock band. We're kind of a melodic pop rock, I guess. But I guess I'm not your stereotypical... always loud guitar player. But this is a nice box. So let's open it. Like I said, it's from Tegeler. And let's see if I can open it in a way that you can actually look into the box when I do. Yes, Andy, what's in this box? It's a very fancy box, I agree. It's very fancy. Now, ta-da! It's even fancy on the inside. So I have some washers for putting this thing in a 19-inch rack. Lots of marketing material, I think it is. a cloth for polishing the equipment. A user manual. Okay, let's try to get this thing out of the wooden crate. Well, a power cable, a nice label with the initials of the person who calibrated it, who did a specification check, listening test, etc., etc. And let me show you the front. So it's a Tegeler Crème, which is a well, I think it's mainly a mixed bus processor. With an equalizer and a compressor. I think all controls are stepped, so it should be pretty easy to recall. And yeah, we have a bypass switch. We have a sidechain low-cut filter, so you can get so you can make sure that the compressor is not working on part of the low frequencies, 120 Hz, 60 Hz. And there's a switch that allows you to switch the EQ before the compressor or vice versa. It's a Pultec style EQ, which is a top row, but basically allowing you to boost a high band and a low band. It's only boosts, by the way. And it's a compressor here. Which, yeah, it's typically a mixed bus compressor. Threshold, attack, release, and ratio, and there's a meter for checking the gain reduction. So yeah, great. I ordered it a while ago. I don't know if you noticed, but Tegeler had a. Let me just put this. Maybe I can put it just here, so it stays in view. Let me show you. What the deal was a while ago. If I show my desktop here, then if this was the deal that Tegeler had a couple of months ago, I think in July and August, they had this deal where they were celebrating the birthday of 10 years of Crème, 15 years of Magnetismus, which is a sort of a tape saturator device. And they were offering both of these devices for a very much reduced price. Normally, I think a Crème already costs like 1,500–1,600 euros, and about the same for a Magnetismus. So yeah, the price was severely reduced in this deal. So it was almost too good to be true. So I ordered both devices under this deal. And I already received the Magnetismus a lot earlier, before my holidays actually. It's actually in the rack already. I don't know if you can see it. It's over there, but I also now I also received the Crème, which is good, because I'm dying to try it out. Which I'm not going to do in this stream, by the way. I need to yeah, connect it and put it in the rack. But I'm sure I'll make a video about it when it's all done. Let me switch back to the camera. Yeah, very happy that it finally arrived. I think they had some delivery problems. Well, they sold out basically, and I think they had to. Well, I don't think they actually manufactured new stuff, but they did have a long list. A long waiting list before they could actually send out some of these devices, because they may have been in their warehouse, but they still needed to check and verify them and do all the checks basically that are on this label. So it's great that they finally got it here. Yeah, as for which videos I'm going to make about this, I'm not quite sure yet, because obviously these devices are already a bit older. Yeah, like the deal said, the Crème is by now 10 years old. So there have been many videos on the Crème already. They even have a successor, a Crème RC device, which is remote controlled, meaning that you can connect it via, I think it's a network cable, to your computer, and then you can have a plugin in your DAW which actually does the recall for all the potentiometers and switches on the device, which is very neat. I think that it's a couple of, I think it's 300 euros more that it costs, and that's obviously maybe even a greater unit. On the other hand, I'm not sure that I will need that recallability, and that device was not part of the deal, of course. It's this device that was part of the deal, which is probably older stock for Tegeler, and together with the magnetism, so it's that's great. Let's see what you guys are saying in the chat. Secret Squirrel, a Johnny Greenwood level calm guitar player. Yeah, maybe. I don't know Johnny Greenwood very well. As a guitar player, at least, I don't know him. I definitely don't know him personally, but I can imagine he's also more relaxed. Is that a good word? Johan guessed right. Tegeler Crème. And he says ammo box. Well, not really, although the box actually looks very much like an ammo box. Yes, you're right. Midnight Wind likes what I got, I think, because he says, dude. Great, dude. Beautiful front panel, yes. It has a very nice look to it. It's kind of blue. It has a blue shine. It's yeah, and I hope it sounds the way it looks. Yeah, because so far, I don't know if you've been following this channel, you know that I already have analog equipment on the mix bus. To me, analog equipment on the mix bus is actually, yeah, the perfect place to put analog equipment, because it brings basically an analog feel. If you believe that these devices have a certain analog feel, then it's nice to put it all over the mix. And yeah, in my experience, these analog mix bus devices, you can pretty much leave them set to the same settings, because you usually put them on before you start mixing. So you already have them applied and then you mix. And yeah, you basically determine the sound by all the mix elements that you put in the mix and how you mix them. And it constantly has that analog shine on them from these analog devices. But if you also use analog devices on your individual channels, then obviously the settings will be different on yeah, probably every mix. So there's a lot of recall, and that's not very convenient. So what I'm basically doing is, for a mix, I'm using analog stuff on the mix bus, pretty much left at the same settings usually. At the moment, that's my R&D Portico 5043 compressor and an A-Designs Hammer equalizer. And yeah, but I also use those devices for recording sometimes. So I still have that recall problem, that if I switch from recording to mixing, I need to recall the mix bus settings. They're not stepped, so it's not also always very easy to recall. So I figured, let's try it with this. One box, equalizer, compressor on the mix bus, and well, easy to recall because they are stepped, but I expect that I will be able to just leave it always at the same settings and use that for the analog shine and sparkle on my mixes. Peter says, my apologies, I may not be able to attend the live stream in its entirety today. Wife and I have many errands to run. I will rewatch when the presentation is available on YouTube. Sure, Peter, whatever time you have, and thanks for being there. And when you need to go, right? It's fine. Like I said, it's probably not going to be a very long stream anyway, because I'm still quite jet lagged. So I'm gonna take it easy tonight. Yeah, so as far as what kind of videos I will make. I'm not sure yet. I will probably compare it to my current Mixbus chain at least. And if you guys want to know anything about this device and or the Magnetismus 2 that I already got in the rack, yeah, just please let me know either here in the chat or put them as comments under the live stream. Then I can see if I can oblige and go into those details in case you have questions about them. Yeah, that's for the first unboxing. Let me see if I wanted to mention anything additionally. Not really. Parabot 2, hi. Or is it a buy icon? I don't know. Andy says top banana. Yes, absolutely. So let me actually do the, if you guys don't have any questions about the current device, or well, yeah, just let me know if you want to see anything about this device that I could make a video on. Maybe I will move to the little package that also needs unboxing. It's not as spectacular as this one, but it's also a nice some nice stuff that happened to come in today as well, actually. So it's I can combine it in this live stream for you guys. Let me put this one away first, so I have some room for the second package. And this is the second package that I wanted to unbox. It's a more modest in size. It's also more modest in weight. And I think there is some Chinese print on here. So let me see what's in there. Okay, I don't know if you can see this. It's a bit shiny. If I cover my face, it might focus on here. Let me check. Sort of. Well, I can read it to you. The letters are pretty small. It says SIMGOT high-res audio, and the type number is EM6L. And they are basically in-ear monitors, and yeah, I don't know if you saw any of my previous live streams. I think it was in the previous one, or maybe the one before that. I mentioned that I'm using in-ear monitors for two purposes in the studio. One is for monitoring these live streams. So when I'm not playing audio today, so I'm not wearing in-ear monitors. But normally when I'm talking about a mix or some audio tricks or whatever, I want to listen to what I'm doing as well, so that I'm wearing in-ear monitors, so that I can so that the sound doesn't bleed into the microphone over here. When I'm recording videos, I just edit that out, but since this is a live stream, I cannot do that. So I'm wearing in-ear monitors to listen to the audio that's going on to the live stream. But the in-ear monitors I've been using so far are these. Hang on. I have M6 Pro in-ear monitors from Me Professional, and these were actually recommended in a video from Adam Neely about in-ear monitors, mostly about using them live though. But yeah, that's my second purpose, which I'll get to in a minute. I have been using them, but I'm not particularly impressed by them. The sound is not very, yeah, it's very canny. I'm missing all the lows basically. And yeah, I don't like them very much. They also don't tend to stay in my ears very well. So maybe that also influences like what it sounds like, because they really need to be quite a tight fit. These are the first in-ear monitors that I bought. They're pretty cheap though, that's the advantage. I think I paid like 60 or 70 euros for these. which is not a lot. I know these SIMGOTs are slightly more expensive, I think. They're also not very expensive, but I think these are slightly more expensive. So yeah, I wonder whether you can hear the difference. I also already bought some Audio-Technica in-ear monitors once. After I bought these from Me Professional. And I tried them out on 1 gig. They were a lot more expensive actually. I think they were 350 euros if I remember correctly. But the difference in sound was not, well, there was some difference in sound compared to the Me Professional in-ear monitors, but it was not that huge, not as much as I had hoped. And again, they didn't stay in my ears very well. Sound isolation on stage was not very good. So I actually returned them. And mentioned in the live stream, that's what I was going to say, that if there's any in-ear monitor manufacturers out there listening, send me your in-ear monitors and I'll make a video about them and I'll see whether I like them and review them, and I will be honest about them, of course. So if I don't like them, I will also say that, like I said that about these monitors, these other in-ear monitors. But yeah, I'm curious whether SIMGOT actually contacted me based on what I said in that live stream, or whether it's just coincidence and they happen to contact every audio channel. We'll see. Let's unpack these SIMGOT in-ear monitors a bit further. Let me see what you are saying in the meantime. Midnight Wind, by the way, I really appreciate your channel. Great. It's always very nice to hear Midnight Wind. You can say it as many times as you like. Miss Sugar says bonsoir. Yes, good evening to you as well. Secret Squirrel says that I'd love 2 tutorials, bus compressor specifically on a guitar bus, separately from other buses, and also mix bus strategies for other buses aside from master bus. Okay, yeah, that's a great idea. I'll make sure to remember that and put that in the video. Parable 2, do you record your guitar tones via an amp or just use the Cubase preset sounds and tweak them? Well, the way I currently record my guitar tones is via a Camper. So I've had a Camper since, well, at least 5 years now. It's great for live, very varied. Sound is great. You do have to get used to it on stage. I find, compared to a real amp, which, yeah, it gives a bit more pressure, sound pressure on stage. It's usually louder on stage, a real amp. But the Camper is more ideal when it comes to sending sounds through the PA, because they're basically pre-recorded sounds, the way an amplifier sounds through a microphone. So and the difference in size and weight and having to lug around equipment is huge. So I'm very happy with my Camper, and I'm actually also using that in the studio. So when I record guitar tones, I typically take it direct out from my Camper and go directly to my audio interface. And sometimes I go to preamps to make them a little bit special or give them an extra analog vibe or something. But I typically, I use my Camper basically for guitar tones and have been for at least the last 5 years. Now, back to these in-ear monitors from SIMGOT. The second reason I'm using in-ear monitors is on stage with my band, of course. And we're just actually switching to an in-ear monitoring system for monitoring. During my holidays, the guys have bought transmitters, and I think our sound guy, he has a mixing desk that we can use for the in-ear monitors. So it's time that I try some in-ear monitors and find one that actually not only work for these live streams, but that also work well on stage. So let me now try to open this package. See what's in them actually. Without breaking the package. Guitar 70. Who's saying something in Dutch on the chat? He's he regularly views my channel, he says. He's following me from the beginning. Very good information. He thinks I'm doing a super job here. Thanks for all the effort. Much appreciated. Well, and much appreciated for watching here, Gitaar70. Welkom en bedankt dat je hier bent. Which is something that I just said to him in Dutch. Let me see. Okay, so these are the in-ear monitors. They are relatively small compared to the Audio-Technica ones. Let's see what else is in the box. Accessories. Is there anything under here? Okay, there's some different earpieces that you can put on these, well, I think they're sort of loudspeakers in your in-ear monitors. So you can try to fit them to your ear. Hopefully these will fit more properly than some of the other in-ear monitors that I tried. And let me see, what else do I get? There's little... Well, there's an instruction manual. A little carrying case. With the cable. Yeah, that's always a bit of a thing. Because cables, they can tangle up pretty easily. This one looks pretty good though. The ME6 Pro cable is, well, it's a bit wanky. The ones I got with the Audio-Technica in-ear monitors, that was a very nice cable actually. But I think this is also, yeah, it will work pretty well, I think. So yeah, another thing that I will need to test before I have any real opinion about it. And I will test it for both purposes. One is for use in the home studio over here. I will mostly use it for live streaming, but I would like to be able to at least mix on them during a live stream. So judge all the frequencies. Let's see how that works on these in-ear monitors. And obviously for stage use, I want good sound with sound isolation, because the PA when you're on stage can be quite loud. And if you mostly hear the PA through your in-ear monitors instead of the actual sound that's coming from the in-ear monitors, that's very distracting. And you can also, yeah, you can obviously turn up your in-ear monitors in that case, but then you damage your ears. So you don't want to, they should basically isolate very well so that you don't get a lot of the outside sound, but you mostly hear the sound that's coming from the in-ear monitors itself, and without turning it up too loudly so that you damage your ears. So I wonder how they're going to work for that. Yeah, you can look forward to a video about that, although maybe it's a slightly different topic from what I usually deal with in my videos. But yeah, it's very practical, and it's I think it's a nice subject as well. So what else? Midnight Wind, love my camper stage too. Yeah, great. Okay, you have a camper stage. Yeah, I got one before they had the camper stage. I have a separate head with an amplifier in there, and I have a separate speaker. I don't have a camper cabinet yet. Maybe I'll get it at some point, but I kind of like my speaker which I currently have. But camper stage is basically the floor unit for everybody else, which has everything in it. You still need a speaker, obviously, but it basically has the remote control, because I have a separate remote pedal for my camper and the head, the camper head, the so-called the toaster, because it kind of looks like a toaster when you pick it up on the basically when you pick it up. And the stage has everything in one. So it has the floor unit with the pedals, so you can operate the camper when you're playing. Parabot, I guess using in-ear monitors will take a little getting used to in a live situation. Yeah, that's definitely true. It will take a lot of getting used to, probably, compared to real monitors on stage. The problem with the real monitors on stage is, of course, that well, I'm a guitar player. I'm a non-singing guitar player in the band, so usually the monitors first go to the people who are singing, so that they can accurately hear their own voice, so that they can sing in tune, basically, which is very important, of course. And then when there's a monitor left, I might get my own monitor, or I'll have to make do with the monitors from the other guys, which are also beaming in my direction a little bit. But when you move on stage, the sound basically continuously changes. I mean, my own amp, I have it directed at my head usually, so that I can at least hear myself very well, but as soon as I move to another position on stage, that's gone. So I have to rely on the monitors of the other guys to hear myself, and that can be quite confusing, and it's different every time on each stage that you're at. So to get a bit of a more consistent monitoring situation, so that you can hear everybody in the way that you want it, everywhere on stage basically, and not go deaf, then we're changing to in-ear monitors with this band. And we did one gig with in-ear monitors so far, which is the one I tried the Audio-Technica in-ear monitors on, and it definitely took some time getting used to, and we haven't finished with that process yet. I know the other guys have been rehearsing with the new in-ear system as well to get used to it. I've been on holiday, but I'll start participating again next week. So that's another subject that I will tackle in an upcoming video. There will be a couple of more other videos first, which I have lined up already, but this subject is coming. So things about the Tegeler devices, the Crème, the Magnetismus 2, and these SIMGOT in-ear monitors. Yeah, I'm very curious to see what they sound like. So again, if you have any questions or want to know anything about these particular devices, or want me to try out something that I can then maybe also show in this video, let me know, and I'll do my best. I think that's pretty much what I wanted to tackle in this live stream. I think I already had a look at all the comments that came in. So let me actually zoom in a bit again. Like, this is about my regular view, right? Something like that. This should look pretty much like the videos that you see on my channel every week. If there's anything you'd like to know, please let me know in the chat. If there's any questions you still want to answer me now, be quick, because I think I've basically done now what I wanted to do in this live stream. I know some of you guys may be dying to go back to the Cubase live stream, which is happening at the same time. I only recently heard about that. So next time I'll try to make sure that I don't plan my live stream at the same time, because that's kind of annoying, because I usually tackle Cubase related subjects. And obviously, if everybody is at the Cubase live stream, they will not be at my live stream, and vice versa. I don't want to keep you from visiting the Cubase live stream either. Any other questions, guys, or anything that you want to mention? Because otherwise, Secret Squirrel, production tutorial request on programming drums to a cappella vocals, please. Okay, okay, so more production related indeed. So what you want to know is you have an a cappella vocal from somewhere. Maybe you mean like a splice vocal, for example, or maybe you recorded a vocal with a singer and you want to know how to program a fitting drum beat to that. And is that what you want to know, Secret Squirrel? I could actually do more tutorials on production related subjects as well. So far I've been mostly focusing on a lot of mixing stuff, plugins, but yes, you are right. Production is a very, very big part of music production. It's in the word itself. So I could definitely tackle more production related tutorials next to what I'm doing related to mixing and plugins. And I did do a whole series of videos on a Wash song that we recorded once. There's like 21 videos about the full production of that song, from first trials in the rehearsal up until distributing the track and marketing the track and all that. Secret Swirl confirms, so yes, that's what he wants to see. Okay, great. Which one is Greets? Lol, we exchanged emails. What drums in Cubase Pro would you say best reproduce a 60s type tone and grooves, fills, etc.? I kind of like the... well, first of all, I have to say that typically the drum parts for the band are done in Superior Drummer 3. I do not own Superior Drummer 3 myself, by the way, but our drummer does. He usually also does the programming. I mean, he plays the parts, right? So he can best program those drums in Superior Drummer 3 as well. But we don't really have a 60s type tone and groove and sound. But I did get a nice drum set from Make Pop Music. I don't know if you know that YouTube channel. He also has a store, and he did some, I don't know whether it qualifies as 60s type tone, but let me actually have a look at what that sound set. I don't remember the name, but I can have a look on my sample drive here. The Anderson pack, yeah. It has some very nice, I don't know whether it's old enough for you. Maybe it's more 70s, but it has some of those nice funk grooves, and it has one-shots as well of all those drums. And I think that has a very nice, vibey, funky, yeah, I think it's more 70s probably feeling. I'm not doing a lot of 60s type songs or music myself, so I couldn't directly advise you, Secret Squirrel, sorry about that, but I do like that Make Pop Music Anderson pack. Have a look, I think they have it available in a lot of formats. Oh, actually, when you buy it, you get a lot of formats. You get it as separate samples, native instruments, as a native instruments instrument, and some other formats as well, and I do quite like it. Any other questions at the moment? And I know it usually takes 10 seconds before you guys actually get what I'm saying and see my video of the moment. And so it may take a while before I see any of your questions that you have. Okay, I think then I'm going to call it a day. I'm going to wear off the jet lag a bit more. I'm very excited about the Crème and the in-ear monitors, and I was already excited about the Magnetismus 2 from Tegeler. So thanks again for being here, all of you, despite a Cubase live stream happening almost at the same time. And I appreciate you guys. If you have any questions on the videos, on any video that I have, just put them in the comments. I usually see all comments and try to answer them as well. If you have any more remarks about this live stream or anything that you think of that you want to see about the Tegeler devices or the in-ear monitors, and the stream has ended, you can also put them in the comments of the stream so I can see any questions over there, and I'll try to get to them when I make these videos about these products that I just showed you. So thanks again for being here. You all have a great evening, day, in whatever time zone you are. Thanks for joining, and have a great one, and have a nice weekend. Thanks again. Bye-bye.